We are going to call this meeting to order. Para traducción en español, por favor, refírese a la última página de la agenda. Vice Mayor.
Let us stand and then remain standing.
Amen. Let's pray. Father, Lord, we just thank you for this opportunity, Lord, as we live in Riverbank, Lord, the gratitude that we have as we get to serve this community. Lord, we're so grateful for everyone that's here and even the ability to celebrate the presentations of individuals that have shown their service to our community and Lord, how those that have gone before us has made a way so that we now, it's our turn to be in good stewards. Lord, I pray for wisdom in our decisions tonight in business. Lord, I just pray for the welfare, the unity, and the safety of Riverbank, California. In Jesus' name, amen.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Uribe?
Here.
Councilmember Fosse?
Here.
Councilmember Call?
Here.
Vice Mayor Pimentel?
Here.
Mayor Hernandez?
Here. There are no agenda changes. Any council authority member who has a direct conflict of interest on any scheduled agenda item to be considered is to declare their conflict at this time. Pursuant to Government Code Section 84308 Living Act, any council authority member who has received a contribution of $500 or more within the preceding 12 months of a party, participant, or their agent related to an item on the agenda must disclose that contribution on the record prior to participation in the discussion or decision on the item, and may be required to recuse themselves as applicable. Any conflicts? All right, we have a few certificates. If I could have, well, here, I'll come down to you. Our guest of honor has to put his cell phone on silent. We are so excited to be here to honor you, Raymond, for Older Americans Month. It is a month that we recognize city by city here in the county and countywide. I was very struck by our first conversation when we first met at Darlene's senior breakfast, and I'm so happy to be able to recognize you. On behalf of the Riverbank City Council, I extend our heartfelt congratulations to you for being recognized as one of Riverbank's outstanding senior citizens. Your unwavering dedication, leadership, and volunteer service have significantly enriched our community. We deeply appreciate your commitment and the positive impact you have made. We would love to have you up here to talk to us a little bit about your history in Riverbank. Would you mind doing that? No? He's like, okay. Okay, I won't pressure you. I do want to ask the niece if, is your niece here? Marisa? Oh my God, there you are. Would you mind coming to share a little bit? Because you're the one I've been talking to directly.
Okay, like
Yes.
share them as bio?
Yeah, yeah, that small portion would be great.
Me,
It's a surprise. Yeah.
Yeah, she had told me I could, yeah. Oh, hang on a sec, sorry. Okay. Hello. This is my great uncle Raymond Espinoza, and I wrote together a little bio about his life. He was born on January 24th, 1934 in San Antonio, Texas, and he's the youngest of 8, but one passed away, so like 7. He was diagnosed with polio at a young age, but that disability didn't stop him from reaching his full potential and achieving his goals. He relocated to Riverbank as a teenager and graduated from Oakdale High School in 1954. And then he moved back to San Antonio to pursue a technical degree in Huntsville, Texas, and he also received an apprenticeship in upholstery. And he got married and had 3 children. And they relocated back to Riverbank in the 60s, and he continued on working in maintenance, janitorial work throughout Riverbank and the county of Stanislaus. And Then when he retired, he decided to pursue his goal of his dream of wanting to do upholstery. And he had for many years done upholstery in his garage for different projects throughout the city, where he also upholstered the pews at St. Francis of Rome. And then he recently, I believe, did something for the high school with his grandson. And he also, before that, had gone into massage therapy, but had to stop when his second wife had gotten ill. But he'd always served as a poll worker here in the city. So you'd always see him if you come and vote in person. And he's also been a member of the Knights of Columbus for over 30 years. So, he's always been very active in the senior centers, always talking with people, meeting new people. He loves good food. He loves Tejano music. And, one of the things that I admire about him is that he said, you have to stay active and stay busy. And, that's very important now as, everyone's getting older. So I just think, it's awesome that he got this award, and I appreciate you for honoring him. So thank you.
The clock. And you have a gift from the city to you as well. You have this engraved with your name for city and city. Oh. All right. Well, thank you so much. And thank you for the family. I know you've brought people from across the county here from all the work that you've done and all the volunteering that you've done. So thank you so much. Would you mind taking a photo with the city council? Up here? Yeah. Yeah, so we can preserve it for our memories. Thank you so much.
Hey, Paul.
All right. We have another large group, Refugio Bienestar. I had my agenda here. Do you have yours? It is also Mental Health Awareness Month, and we're very excited to recognize Refugio Bienestar. Can we have some of the ladies come up here? So you've probably seen these ladies throughout the community under different names and under different organizations, but one thing has been true. They've been here advocating for mental health awareness, specifically in our Latino community. So whereas mental health is essential to everyone's overall health and well-being, and addressing the mental health needs in Riverbank of children, youth, adults, seniors, and families is fundamental to having a healthy community. Whereas all people experience times of difficulty and stress in their lives, and with the prevalence of mental health conditions in our nation, it's important for all members of the community to know that specific tools exist which can be used to better handle challenges and protect one's health and well-being. Whereas prevention is an effective way to reduce the burden of mental health conditions, and with early and effective treatment, individuals with mental health conditions can recover and lead full productive lives. Where it is appropriate to recognize the importance of improving the mental health of all of our residents, and Riverbank is committed to raising awareness about mental illness, promoting effective community partnerships and collaborations to serve mental health needs of our community, and increasing access to culturally and linguistically appropriate mental health services. Whereas Refugio Bienestar has been providing mental health services for more than 2 decades, They're dedicated to empowering women, promoting youth safety, and hosting community events. Now, therefore, I, Rachel Hernandez, Mayor of the City of Riverbank, on behalf of the City Council, do hereby proclaim the month of May 2026 in Riverbank as Mental Health Awareness Month and encourage all citizens, businesses, organizations, and agencies to work collaboratively to reduce the stigma of mental illness and to increase the mental health of our community. So thank you so much, ladies, for all you do, because I know it is a team effort. Could we have somebody speak on behalf of the organization? Marilu?
Voy a hablar en español para que entienda toda mi comunidad y para que sepan de dónde venimos más que nada. Pues buenas tardes a todos. Hoy recibimos este reconocimiento con un profundo sentimiento de orgullo, gratitud y esperanza. En nombre de Refugio de Bienestar, gracias por otorgarnos la proclamación del mes de salud mental. Hace apenas un año comenzamos este camino de manera independiente, sin grandes recursos, pero más fuerte con el compromiso, la valentía y el corazón de cada una de estas mujeres que hoy estamos aquí presentes. Mujeres que decidieron salir de sus hogares, del miedo, del aislamiento y de las dificultades para crecer, aprender, sanar y convertirse en una luz para otras personas. Mujeres que entendieron que en cuanto una se levanta, puede ayudar a levantar toda una comunidad. Refugio de Bienestar no es solo un grupo, es un movimiento de apoyo, de unión y de transformación. Es un espacio donde las personas encuentran recursos, pero también encuentran esperanza, fuerza y mucha dignidad. Durante este año hemos trabajado sin descansar para llevar ayuda real a nuestra comunidad. Cada mes distribuimos comida para familias necesitadas. Realizamos un closet comunitario para que las personas puedan apoyarse mutuamente y recientemente logramos entregar más de 54 computadoras para que las personas continúen estudiando, aprendiendo, preparándose y para que tengan un mejor futuro. Y esto apenas comienza, porque nuestra misión es seguir abriendo puertas, seguir llevando educación, seguir llevando recursos y bienestar emocional a cada una de las personas en nuestra comunidad. Sepan que no están solas, que sí es posible salir adelante y que juntos podemos contribuir un lugar más fuerte, más saludable y más unido en nuestro Riverbank. La salud mental es importante, sí importa. Importa la madre que lucha en silencio, importa el joven que necesita apoyo, importa cada familia que enfrenta dificultades y necesita sentirse escuchada y acompañada. Es por eso que también pedimos que continúen creyendo en nuestra misión y apoyando este trabajo comunitario, porque cuando invertimos en el bienestar de nuestra gente, estamos cambiando generaciones. Gracias por reconocer el esfuerzo. Estas mujeres extraordinarias realmente se lo merecen. Gracias por creer en el poder de la comunidad y gracias por permitirnos seguir llevando esperanza a quienes más lo necesitan. Este reconocimiento nos inspira a seguir adelante con más fuerza, más pasión y más compromiso por nuestro Riverbank. Muchas gracias a todos.
Le voy a presentar ese certificado, pero es para todas. Y vamos a tomar una foto. Ok. Vamos a tomar una foto. There we go.
Okay. All right. There we go. All right, right here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, beautiful.
It's a party tonight. Okay. Oh, yes. We need your bike as well, of course. All right. We are so excited to recognize National Bike Month as well. And we have Mr. Garry Pearson, who, if you don't know, you've probably seen riding your bike around the city. So it is very fitting. Whereas for more than a century, the bicycle has been an important part of the lives of most Americans. Whereas the month of May has been designated as National Bike Month by national, state, and local governments in order to promote greater public awareness of bicycle operation and safety education in an effort to reduce accidents, injuries, and fatalities. Whereas today, millions of Americans engage in bicycling as an environmentally sound form of transportation, an excellent form of fitness, improves quality family recreation. Whereas the city of Riverbank encourages the increased use of the bicycle, benefiting all citizens by improving air quality, reducing traffic congestion and noise, decreasing the use and dependence upon finite energy sources, and fostering exercise. Whereas the education of cyclists and motorists as to the proper and safe operation of bicycles is important to ensure the safety and comfort of all users. Now, therefore, let it be resolved, the City Council of Riverbank does hereby recognize the month of May 2026 as National Bike Month and urges all road users to share the road safely with bicyclists. So we are so proud to honor you, Garry. Would you mind saying a few words?
Can you guys hear me? I can be loud if I have to.
We'll have to use the mic for the online, our online phone.
Garry Pearson, I'm a resident here. I've been a resident for the last 3 years. I grew up in this community of Empire and relocated here from Davis. And if you know anything about Davis, California, it's built around a bicycle. So coming here, it was extremely challenging trying to find a bike path. I have succeeded many times. And over the last 3 years, I've probably done 2,200 miles throughout the city and throughout the region on that bike. So we do have some really supportive businesses here, both in Oakdale and in Modesto. So I can get my bike serviced and do that. I've also ridden up in the mountains, which is extremely more challenging. Being in this community can be challenging to ride a bike, but I have figured it out. So I know the back streets and have ridden and helped to think about our future and how we can, as a community, ride a bike or walk. So there are some routes, if you look, that I propose to the city, and hopefully those will be adopted because I think it's important for our own health. We just heard from about mental health, but physical activity, riding that bike. You don't have to ride very fast, but you do get to experience the outdoors, even on a warm evening such as this. So I appreciate the city recognizing. Beyond what we do here, I serve on the Bicycle Pedestrian Advisory for StanCog, and that's a regional group that looks at all of our different transportation options, including bicycle paths, and what is the correct bicycle path we should have throughout our communities. and there's 4 categories. So we're working towards a lot of that. So with that, I appreciate all of you here recognizing they see me quite often doing other things. But this is a passion that I have, along with a few other things, but I don't have time to elaborate on all of those. So I appreciate this. Okay, thank you.
You mind taking a photo with us?
No, I don't have a bill, and that's in my course.
Will it stand on its own or no?
This bicycle has radar, so any car approaching me from the end, I hear it. It comes on my smartphone, and there's a lot of 4x4s. I've only been rear-ended twice.
Yeah.
Oh, you want it that way?
Yeah.
All right, right here, 1, 1, 2, 3. And.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. We can keep it.
This is titanium.
We can pick it up.
Oh, I did. Oh,
Yeah.
Hold on to it.
Yeah.
Okay, take it. We'll save it.
Could we have our Public Works team or whoever's here come up to the front? Thank you, Gary. All right. So this is our wonderful Public Works Department. And it is National Public Works Week. Whereas public works professionals focus on infrastructure, facilities, and services that are of vital importance to sustainable and resilient communities and to the public health, high quality of life, and well-being of the people of Riverbank. Whereas these infrastructure, facilities, and services could not be provided without the dedicated efforts of public works professionals who are managers, employees at all levels of government, who are responsible for rebuilding, improving, and protecting our nation's transportation, water supply, water, and wastewater treatment systems, and other structures and facilities essential for our citizens, whereas it is in the public interest for the citizens and civic leaders and children in Riverbank to gain knowledge of. It's okay. Do you want to take it outside? Or in the next room? I love it here. Okay. Where it is in the public interest for the citizens, civic leaders, and children in Riverbank to gain knowledge of and to maintain a progressive interest and understanding of the importance of public works and public works programs. The year 2026 marks the 66th annual National Public Works Week sponsored by American Public Works Association. Now, therefore, let it be resolved that the City Council of the City of Riverbank does hereby designate the week of May 17th through 23rd as National Public Works Week. I urge all citizens to join with representatives of government agencies and activities, events, and ceremonies designed to pay tribute to our public works professionals, managers, and employees, and to recognize the substantial contributions they make to protecting our health, safety, and quality of life. Thank you so much for all you do. Every time I'm at speaking to young kids or anything and asking about what our city council does, I let them know that one of the most important things we do is making sure that their toilets flush and their water flows, and that usually catches their attention. So this is our team behind all of that. Thank you so much. Let's be doing here. Okay. All right, we're gonna take a photo.
Behind the table. I'm sorry.
right, right here, 1, 2, 3, yeah.
Cody, that one's for you. That one, yeah. You share it.
Thank you guys for all you do. Thank you. Thank you for all you do. Bye. No, you- Thank you for being here. Oh. They're running away. Do we, do we have our building department? Can you come up here and join us? Responding to what is on. Thank you so much for all you do. It is Building Safety Month. Whereas the city of Riverbank is committed to recognizing that our growth and strength depends on the safety and essential role of our homes, buildings, and infrastructure play both in everyday life and when disasters strike. Whereas our confidence in the resilience of these buildings that make up our communities is achieved through the devotion of vigilant guardians, which is you guys, building safety and fire prevention officials, architects, engineers, builders, tradespeople, design professionals, laborers, plumbers, and others in the construction industry who work year-round to ensure the safe construction of buildings. Whereas these modern building codes and standards include safeguards to protect the public from hazards such as hurricanes, snowstorms, tornadoes, wildland fires, floods, and earthquakes. Whereas Building Safety Month is to remind the public that the critical role of our community's largely unknown protectors of public safety who assure us of safe, sustainable, and affordable buildings that are essential to prosperity. Whereas Build to Last, the theme for Building Safety Month 2026, encourages us all to get involved and raise awareness about building safety on a personal, local, and global scale. Whereas the building department consistently provides professional, responsive, and essential services to residents, businesses, and contractors, contributing to the orderly growth and overall quality of life in our city. Now therefore, let it be resolved that the City of Council and City of Riverbank does hereby unanimously proclaim the month of May as Building Safety Month. Thank you so much for all you do. I know it's often thankless. Let me get your steps in. And before I forget, if you don't mind sharing something afterwards about all the work you do.
You don't get to escape.
All right, right here, 1, 2, 3. Awesome.
I didn't see that.
Okay.
No pressure. All right. Thank you so much. Was that the last one? All right. Public comment. At this time, members of the public may comment on any item not appearing on the agenda and within the subject matter jurisdiction of the City Council LRA Board. Individual comments will be limited to a maximum of 3 minutes and time cannot be yielded to another person. Under state law, matters presented during the public comment period cannot be acted upon or discussed.
Alejandro Flores. Oh, good afternoon. Good to see you, Mayor Hernandez and council. My name is Alejandro Flores. I'm with Congressman Tom McClintock's office. So just really quick, we were out in the community today and we started noticing it's a little hot. That means summer is around the corner. So if any of you guys or the constituents out here are planning on heading out to DC, please let us know. We love to coordinate a Capitol tour. We're already working on a couple over here, so it's very exciting. But quickly, our Modesto office, we specialize with constituent services. So if you're having a problem with any of the federal agencies, if you dip your spoon in and you pull out 3 letters, you're probably going to find something that the federal government's in charge of. So tax day just wrapped up not too long ago. If you still haven't heard back from the IRS in regards to your tax returns or possible extensions that you guys filed, please let us know. We would be more than happy to reach out to any of these federal agencies on your behalf and figure out what's going on. Really quick, just to touch on some of the legislative stuff that the congressman is working on. Recently, we did pass the Fix Our Forest Act, which is going to be vital to the health of our foothill communities within our district. That has passed the House, and we're now awaiting it to be signed off in the Senate. This week, we should be having a pretty cool hearing with Doug Burgum around the corner, so it'll be very important to see what happens on our Natural Resources Committee. Big topic right now is energy and the energy crisis we are facing here in the state of California. So a couple of things that's down our pipeline. If anyone has any questions, feel free to reach us out. If you have any comments, concerns, stop by the office. We operate off the feedback of our constituents. So keep me busy, please. I need stuff to do. So thank you so much, everyone. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. If you want a business card, just tap my shoulder. I'm more than happy to chat. So thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council. Appreciate the invite.
Olivia Rambola.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council members, city staff, and everyone here. I'm Olivia Rambula, broker and owner of Timeless Real Estate, but today I am here on behalf of the Riverbank Chamber of Commerce as your chamber president. I want to invite you to a few events that we have coming up. So as if you save the dates here, we have on May 14th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. We do have a chamber workshop right here that's going to take place in the City Council chamber. It's for taxes and how to go through your taxes for your businesses and your nonprofits. So come on out for that. And then May 30th at 8 a.m., we're going to have a ribbon cutting that is going to be at our new Tractor Supply on Patterson Road by Dutch Brothers. And that's at 8 a.m. So coming out and support. On June 3rd from 5:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m., we are going to have a workshop. This one is going to be in English on the 3rd, which is Wednesday. It's going to be right here in the City Council chamber, 5:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. And it is a workshop on how to start a food truck business and to get your paperwork and everything else straight with the county. So we have that night. The next night, same workshop, but in Spanish right here from 5:30 to 7:30 on June 4th. So please come out. We have an expert that helps people actually help people get their food truck started. He's going to be there to help us out with this, and we're partnering with Steps. On June 8th, we have the time to be determined, but American Chevrolet, who is one of our newest members, is going to have a car show. They do that for graffiti every year. They remove all the trucks from the front of their lot, and they put those in the back, and then you get all these amazing car shows, worthy cars out there, the ones that you really want. So, I drive a Chevy, so I love Chevrolet, just saying. And then June 9th at 3 p.m., I would like to invite everybody out here to the Lodi Association of Realtors ribbon cutting for our new Modesto office located at 421 East Morris Avenue in Modesto. It says Lodi, but they represent everyone. It's not just Lodi. We finally bought a Modesto office, so we'll have a ribbon cutting there. We're going to be partnering with the Modesto Chamber doing a dual ribbon cutting at 3 p.m. So please come out to that. On June 10th, CBCR has their annual bike rodeo here downtown. So they go over bike safety, they get bikes away, they take bike donations. If you want to donate a bike, the amazing police department, our sheriffs over there, will build them for you. Right. So come on out. So bring them out early, a week before, at least, probably give them time. And then we have one more thing. Just want to invite you guys out to our monthly Riverbank Chamber of Commerce meeting, which we hold at the Riverbank Industrial Complex on, this one's going to be on June 3rd from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. So we hope to see you guys at these events. Come on out. We have a lot going on with your chamber. We're keeping everyone busy. Thank you.
And then I believe she's gone, Sammy Martinez. Oh, she's there. Sammy? Oh, sorry, didn't see you.
All right. Good evening, council. Good evening, mayor. Thank you for having me. Sammy Martinez here. I am here to thank everybody for volunteering for our citywide volunteer day that we had 2 weeks ago now. I'm very excited to say that we surpassed our number of volunteers from last year of 300 to over 400 this year. So that was really exciting. We also, alongside the citywide volunteer day, we also held a health and wellness fair. We had over 25 different resource vendors from the community, from the city, from the county. So I was very, very excited and happy that that was such a success. With that being said, as a resident, it makes me very, very proud to see the community embrace Love Riverbank as a year-round initiative and something that we're trying to bring out and bring our community together. As someone who is leading Love Riverbank, I am incredibly humbled, and I'm also very grateful that our community has embraced Love Riverbank in this way. We can't do it without you guys, and so we appreciate all of you. With that being said, we have our next event is going to be Kite Day, which is going to be out at Silva Park this Saturday from 10 to 1. So we invite the community to come out to just fly kites with us. If you want to bring your own, you're more than welcome to. And if you don't have one, we'll have some on hand that you're more than welcome to decorate and fly with us. And then we are starting to promote our 4th of July bicycle parade and celebration. So if any of you would like flyers, or if you would like posters to put up in your business or organization windows, I have some here tonight. But we're really excited to, again, partner with the City of Riverbank Parks and Recreation Department this year, because it is the 250th anniversary of the United States. We're hoping to make this bigger and better than last year. So we do have plenty of sponsorship opportunities or opportunities if somebody wants to host an activity as part of it. And Parks and Rec is going to be opening the pool for free so that any volunteers or participants can partake in swimming and cooling off that day. So again, thank you, Riverbank. Thank you, City Council. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Maricela. Thank you, community. Can't do this without you guys, and we're looking forward to another great year. Mayor, that is all we have for public comment. You want to speak?
Oh, no, I think he was thinking.
Oh.
Do you
That
have
is all
anything
we have.
online?
No one online.
Anything in person? All right. Consent calendar, we have items 9.1 and 9.2. Any discussion or consideration?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent calendar as is.
I second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Uribe?
Yes.
Councilmember Fosse?
Yes.
Councilmember Call?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Pimentel?
Yes.
Mayor Hernandez?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Item 10.1, a resolution accepting the annual financial report for fiscal year 24-25.
Mayor and Council, your Assistant City Manager, Tammy Alcantor, will provide this report.
Good evening, Council. Mayor and Council, excuse me. As noted, tonight I will be presenting our fiscal year 24-25 annual financial report. My presentation will provide the purpose of our audit, our overview of financial statements, and go over some of the statements that are within the actual audit themselves. This presentation provides a structured overview of the city's financial standing, reporting both for government-wide and fund-specific insights. Our objective is transparency, demonstrating stewardship of our public resources and strategic planning for future growth. The audit covers the period ending June 30th of 2025 and is prepared in accordance with Governmental Accounting Standards Board Statement Number 34.
So what is the purpose of our audit? Cities are required to conduct an annual financial audit by an independent accounting firm. Gallagher Gateway has now completed our audit for this fiscal year 24-25, which is being presented for acceptance tonight. The Comptroller General of the United States mandate that all government entities undergo an annual financial audit. The purpose of this audit is to provide reasonable assurance that the financial statements are free from material misstatements. The auditors perform procedures to gather evidence supporting the accuracy of the amounts and disclosures in these statements. As part of the process, the audit firm evaluates the risk of material misstatements, whether due to fraud or error. Additionally, auditors assess whether the city has adequate internal controls in place to prevent fraud and minimize the risk errors in financial records. The city received an unmodified or a clean audit opinion for our fiscal year 24-25, indicating that the auditors concluded the city complied with all applicable accounting standards and that its financial reports accurately reflect its financial condition. So an overview of our financial statements. The annual financial report begins with a management and discussion and analysis, and this is prepared by city staff, which highlights key details within the financial statements. The section provides the general public with an overview of the city's financial position, including factors that influence changes, whether they are positive or negative. The Governmental Accounting Standards Board, which establishes accounting standards for the government entities, requires financial statements to be presented in two formats: government-wide financial statements. These provide a broad overview of the city's overall financial status, similar to reports issued by private sector entities. The government-wide statement of net position and statement of activities provide information about the activities of the city as a whole and present a long-term view of the city's finances. Fund financial statements, these focus on the city's most significant funds, offering a more detailed financial perspective rather than a citywide view. These statements include all activities of the city of Riverbank, and they use the integrated approach as prescribed by the GASB 34. So statement of net position, this assesses the city's financial health, and it can be found on page 13 of the report. It serves as a key indicator of whether the city's financial position is improving or declining. This statement is divided into two categories: governmental activities and proprietary activities. Governmental activities include services such as our police, our public works, which includes our fleet management, recreational programs, community development, grants, special programs, and general government. These activities are primarily funded by taxes and intergovernmental revenues, including sales tax, property tax, vehicle license fees, user fees, franchise fees, and federal and state grants. The proprietary activities covers the city's water and sewer systems, as well as our community center and the LRA. These services are funded through fees and rents charged to customers. So our net position, as noted earlier, may serve over time as a useful indicator of the city's financial position. This table is showing the city's net position as of June 30th, 2025, compared to the city's net position as of the prior year, June 30th, 2024, with 2025 being in the green columns. As of June 30th of 25, the city holds a combined net position of $144.3 million across all activities. This figure represents the net value of assets minus liabilities and reflects the city's financial health. There was an overall growth of 4.5% from the previous year. Net position overview, some highlights to note of the net position. A majority, about 61% or $87.9 million is tied to capital assets, which include our roads, buildings, and infrastructure, While these assets support vital services, they aren't liquid and can't fund other obligations. An additional 21.5% is restricted by law or policy for specific programs and services. And then nearly 25.4 million remains unrestricted. This portion serves as Riverbank's fiscal cushion and enables responsive funding of community priorities, emergencies, or economic opportunities. The city's net position continues to reflect long-term fiscal strength and prudent financial planning. So in governmental financial statement, the statement of activity provides changes in our net position, and this can be found in pages 14 and 15 of the report. This provides a broad overview of our government revenues and expenses, showing how the cost of governmental and business type activities are funded, either through charges for services, grants, or general revenues like taxes. Citywide total revenues for the year exceeded expenditures by 6.2 million. This table is showing the governmental and proprietary activities of the city for the year as compared to the prior year. So 24 compared to 25. Some key financial highlights from our fiscal year 24-25. Riverbank's strong financial posture across both governmental and enterprise operations, a net positive margin in governmental activities contributed to a surplus of 1.4 million, bringing the total governmental net position to nearly 96.4 million. Meanwhile, business type activities such as water, sewer, community center generated 4.76 million in excess of revenues, reflecting operational efficiencies. These activities now hold 48 million in net assets, with nearly 19 million unrestricted. The city's general fund closed the year at 10.5 million, with a modest decline of 1.7% from the previous year. Despite this, the fund remains fiscally sound and compliant with established reserve policies. Fund financial statements. Under the fund financial statements, major funds are categorized by specific activities, while other funds are grouped under other funds. Page 16 of the report details the city's major fund groups, including the general fund, our CDBG, federal and state grants, our successor RDA LMI housing, and system development fees. As part of the structure, major funds are considered under a single heading. For example, our general fund includes our primary general fund, our benefit liability fund, our fleet services, and recreation fund. The structured approach provides clarity in evaluating the city's financial status and assures transparency in financial reporting. The fund financial statements provide detailed information about the city's most significant funds, not the city as a whole. A fund is a grouping of related accounts that is used to control over resources that have been segregated for specific activities or objectives. Some funds are required to be established by state law or by bond covenants. Management establishes other funds to control and manage money for particular purposes or to show the city is meeting legal responsibilities for the use of certain taxes, grants, and other resources. All of the funds of the city can be divided into three categories: governmental funds, proprietary, and fiduciary. Where's the city's money came from and went? It's a recap here. So let's talk about the city's day-to-day money. In fiscal year 24-25, Riverbank brought in 23.1 million through sales tax, property tax, and various government grants. That's our total revenue for city services. We spent 21.6 million. That includes running our police department, fixing streets, community programs, and city hall operations. About 1/3 of that went to public works, which keeps our city running smoothly. After all the math, we ended the year with 1.45 million of surplus, which is a good sign. It means we're spending responsibly and still setting a sum aside. We're proud of keeping services strong. General fund snapshot. So the general fund is the most referred to fund. It's where most of our day-to-day services are funded. By the end of the year, June 2025, we had 10.5 million in it. That's a slight dip from last year, but it's still strong balance that covers our needs. Revenues grew almost 10.3% during this fiscal year. We noticed an increase in our sales tax revenues of approximately 23%, investment earnings 50%, and spending was slightly down by 2.6%, coming in under our budgeted numbers by 423,000. So on our general fund is our discretionary fund that is used to subsidize other programs that either do not have a funding source or the revenues from the activities do not cover the cost. So this list just provides a snapshot of what subsidies have been done for the past 2 years. So how city services performed within our sewer fund. Our business type services like water and sewer are not funded by taxes. They pay for themselves through your service bills and user fees. This year for the sewer fund, 7.6 million came in for service fees, an increase of 24.7% from the prior year. This increase is due to new housing growth and implemented rate increases. On the cost side, expenses rose up about approximately 27.3%. And that is primarily related to our treatment operations, maintenance within the equipment, utilities, and additional staffing and professional services. At the end of the year, these services had a 4.4 million surplus. That extra money is to be reinvested in capital projects for the system maintenance and upgrades, keeping things running safe, clean, safe, and reliable. The fund ended the year with a 17 million of unrestricted funds. So, and now we'll go to our water fund. The water fund had 3.3 million that came in from service fees, which is an increase of 4.3%. This increase is due to new housing growth. Rates for water have not increased since 2019, and recently staff did put out an RFP for a water rate study. We've received proposals and are currently evaluating those. On the cost side, expenses rose 19.1%, primarily in maintenance, utilities, and professional services. Some of those services include our contributions to the Groundwater Sustainability Act. We had an increase of those expenses in this fiscal year. At the end of the year, these services had a surplus of $47,385. The water fund has limited reserves in the fund for emergency repairs and the ability to save for future capital projects to maintain the existing system. So the fund ended the year with 4 million of unrestricted funds, which leads into why it's so important for our water rate study at this time. So our capital assets net accumulated depreciation. So as of June 2025, the city's governmental funds had 61 million invested in capital assets, and business type activities had 32.7 million net of the accumulated depreciation. This represents a total investment of 93.7 million in a diverse range of capital assets, which include land, some of our construction in progress, buildings, equipment, and infrastructure, such as streets, sidewalks, or storm drains. For the fiscal year, some of our major capital asset additions were our 7th Street outfall project, Roselle and Southbrook intersection improvements. We finished up, finalized the Public Works modular building and its parking lot, Clarabelle Road overlay project, Patterson Road sidewalk from Roselle to Highway 108. And then we purchased land for a future well site number 13. And then we purchased a street sweeper. We ended the year with our long-term debt. In our governmental funds, we had a total of 333,000 for compensated absences. So this consists of vacation time and compensatory time off earned by employees but not yet taken. So these balances are due and payable to employees upon separation if unused balances exist. Most long-term debt is tied to capital projects that support public services and cannot be liquidated for other purposes. Repayment must come from revenue sources other than the assets themselves. So our business type activities, our outstanding long-term debt totaled 6.8 million, and that included our master lease with Wells Fargo for our citywide meter upgrade project, our 2014 wastewater system acquisition and construction of energy efficient improvements, and then our installment agreement from 2022 for the energy efficiency project of the solar at the wastewater system, and then compensated absences. That concludes my presentation, and I'm happy to answer any questions that council or public have.
Thank you so much. Are there any questions or comments from council first? None? All right, any public comment or online?
Mayor, there is no one online.
Okay, bring it back. Thank you so much, Tammy, for getting this across the finish line. Did you have a comment? Oh, yeah, if we want to bring it back for consideration or any more comments.
I make a motion, we approve 10.1.
I'll second it.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Uribe?
Yes.
Councilmember Fosse?
Yes.
Councilmember Call?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Pimentel?
Yes.
Mayor Hernandez?
Yes,
Motion passes 5-0.
thank you so much.
Thank you all.
Okay. Comments and reports. City manager.
So just a couple of comments tonight from our planning department. Traffic counts are being collected May 19th through the 21st. The city's traffic consultant will be out collecting updated traffic count data at 12 locations throughout Riverbank. These counts will help the city better understand current traffic volumes and travel patterns. And this information is going to be used for transportation planning, development review, and future infrastructure decisions. The cameras are only temporary. They're not enforcement cameras, and they are not being used to issue tickets, only to collect traffic counts. The 5th draft of our housing element is now available for the 7-day public review period, which will end on May 14th. This version has been updated to remove the rezone site number 3, which was known as the MID parcel, which is consistent with the direction provided by the City Council. The changes are shown in red line track changes so that the public can clearly see what was revised. The public is invited to review the updated draft and provide comments during the review period. After the review period closes on May 14th, staff will resubmit the HCD review draft housing or 5th review to HCD for them. Food Court Fridays. So Parks and Rec would like to invite everybody to come check out Food Court Fridays, which will happen this Friday at the Riverbank Sports Complex from 6 to 9 p.m. And then our city pool will officially open to the public starting June 1st, sorry. Yeah, January 1st was a polar bear plunge, so definitely not that. From our city clerk's office, the Parks and Recreation Advisory Committee will be receiving applications through tomorrow, at which time we will then start our first round review. And then Youth Council applications are due this Thursday, May 14th by 5:30 p.m. And that is all from staff.
Thank you, Vice Mayor.
Thank you, Mayor. On May 2nd, I was at Red Robin with Councilmember Uribe with the Riverbank Sister Cities. We did the passport game raffle. Thank you to Francis of Red Robin for donating the basket. Congratulations to Diana, the winner of the basket. I was also at the OSPA, Oakdale Shelter Pet Alliance. They held a barbecue and a raffle prizes. They also had adoption fees reduced to $50 that week. Thank you to Hazel for volunteering every Saturday and spending time with these animals and placing them in a good home. On the 8th, I had a meeting with Sister City. Congratulations to Elizabeth Uribe. She was voted as president and Bianca as secretary. On the 9th, Thank you to Councilmember Cindy Fossey. Thank you for inviting Herb Henry to speak at the Riverbank Historical Society event. It was nice to hear about things that have gone on in Riverbank. And he spoke about his father, Luther Henry. He owned Henry's Market on Terminal Avenue. As a young boy, we used to go in the store all the time. And Luther Henry was very good to all of us kids. And we heard the adults say, I would like to order some pepper jack cheese. So us kids would go, can I have 5 cents worth of hot pepper jack cheese, please? And he would always take care of us. So it was really nice, Cindy. Thank you for that. And this Saturday, I'll be attending the Latino Chambers dinner at the DoubleTree. I want to thank Johnny Garcia for this event and all of his hard work and dedication. And as the days get hotter, please remember to bring your pets indoors. Thank you. That is all I have.
Thank you, Councilmember Fossey.
On April 30th, I attended the Stanislaus County Disaster Council meeting. This is all the representatives from the county, and each of them talks about what's going on in their county or in their cities. San Joaquin Golden mussels are getting to be a problem, so they're really looking at that at all the lakes. FEMA is giving them full reimbursement, disbursement for any funding that they had that they were on hold for. They're opening up the BRIC funding, all the projects that were going to be funded, and then the funding was gone. So that funding will be coming back. Patterson is going to start a paramedic training starting October 15th, which is kind of exciting. It'll be at the high school there, as far as I could tell. I just wanted to say thank you to everyone that is involved with the project on Roselle and Rosebrook. I live right near that area, so it was nice to see how nice and clean it all looks and that we have an actual sidewalk. So thank you for everybody, for Public Works and everybody getting that project done. And when I drive out of my neighborhood on Roselle towards Clarabelle and I see there's a road across Roselle, I get excited because that means they're closer to getting it done, I hope. But it's exciting to see how everything is coming together, and I'm hoping that they're ahead of schedule because the traffic is getting bad, but we're going to make it through it. So thank you.
Councilmember Uribe, or actually, wait, who's next? Yes, please.
Thank you, Mayor. So today I got to meet with McClintock's rep, Kimberly. Alejandro got to set that up. Got to hear all of the legislative updates into detail, spoke about the farm bill that's in the Senate, spoke about National Police Week, those efforts that they're working on. And then then she shared that the Calaveras County actually received some funding for their wastewater treatment plant. So that was my opening to be like, a letter of support, please kind of work with us with the BRIC grant to kind of get that funding now that the door has reopened. The BRIC grant was removed because of the DOJ efforts in DC, but they are going to be helping us out with those efforts as well. Also advocated for a full conveyance of the LRA property now that we got the 40-year lease. We don't want efforts to kind of stall there. We want to keep applying pressure. We want the full conveyance. That way Ametis can kind of move forward with their project. I'll be joining John and others at the installation dinner. I believe the Latino Chamber is actually at Red Robin right now. If you make it there by 7:30, I think they're leaving at 7:30. They're raffling off a car for, I think it's like $60. So I'm going to see them at the installation dinner, so I'll buy my ticket there. But if you can't make it to the dinner on Saturday, head over to Red Robin right now. They're still there till about 7:30. And then I know the mayor's probably going to speak about the Memorial Day event. Love that event. So my 9-to-5 job, I do have a new store manager who has a new policy. She's kind of running the show a little bit differently. I will be missing this memorial event because of this new said policy. So it'll be the first one I miss in 7 years. But I hope everybody attends it. It's a great event, and thank you for doing that, just to honor all the fallen. So thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Call.
On April 30th, we had our first ad hoc committee meeting for the non-district East advisory body. We did a lot of introductions. A lot of us had never met with each other. There were representatives from both non-district East and non-district West at the meeting. For the timeline, as far as the overall demand management review and the RFP. So it was issued on the 23rd of March. 5/1 was the deadline for these RFPs, and on June 3rd, it's going to be awarded. They have a very aggressive timeline on this. September and October, there will be workshops. On October 31st, the action plan will be presented to the Board of Supervisors, following the next day to Sturgba, and then plan implementation on January 1st. So it is a very aggressive timeline, and as the RFP is awarded and we start doing our collaboration efforts, we will go from meeting bi-weekly to weekly meetings for this advisory body. And then the committee did say there are no fees or fines at this time for non-district West through this collaboration. So that's all I have.
Thank you. I want to thank staff and everyone for a successful State of the City. I don't think we ever really track attendance or anything. Yeah, we just like everyone show up. But it was well attended, and proud that our council is joined by many residents for that. I don't remember if I mentioned last time, but the young electeds are now an official group through the Cal Cities organization. And I'll serve as the chair for its inaugural year before I'm not considered young anymore. But everyone's invited to join. We're going to probably kick off official activities through the annual conference this year. Yes, as mentioned, the Memorial Day event is going to be on the 25th at 11:30 a.m. And as always, it is always a really meaningful event for our community. And finally, just to add one more comment about the Sturgba ad hoc committee and just committees in general that are ongoing. I mean, our position remains that the city wants to be involved and be aware and apprised of, any activities that are done that could potentially directly or indirectly impact our taxpayers. And so thank you for representing us there. And I think that's it for me. So we have closed session. Are we able to proceed with it? Yeah. Item 12.1, liability claims pursuant to Government Code 54961, claimant Dean Wilcox, agency claimed against City of Riverbank. Item 12.2, conference with labor negotiators pursuant to Government Code 54957.6, agency representative City Manager Marisela Garcia, unrepresented employee assistant city manager. Item 12.3, conference with labor negotiators pursuant to Government Code 54957.6, agency representative city manager Marisela Garcia, unrepresented employee director of public works, interim RLRA director. Is there any public comment or online?
Mayor, there is no one online wishing to speak.
All right, we are adjourned to closed session. All right, we are reconvening from closed session. Item 13.1, report from closed session. Item 12.1, the claim has been denied. Item 13.2, report from closed session. Item 12.2, direction has been given to staff. Item 13.3, report from closed session. Item 12.3, direction has been given. The next regular city council meeting will be on Tuesday, May 26th. This meeting is adjourned.